Welcome to the home of the Purdue Boilermakers, Ross Age Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. The Boilermakers will put total weather to crank us up. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So Kent State's offense takes the field to start this game off. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also...
Taking a shot on the first play. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
This offense comes out clearly wanting to throw the football. Nothing good on first down with incompletion. And how about this? You've got to protect your quarterback. That is priority number one. And they give up a sack on play two.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. It's complete to the right. Makes his way to the 17, but not enough for the first down. And the Golden Flashes will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Wants to return it. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So Purdue's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, and it's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Boilermakers are in the hurry-up. In the red area, it's Braswell. Shakes off the defender. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Braswell. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Boilermakers trying to cash it in on first and goal. He'll pull it on the read. And he wants it in for the score. Touchdown, Purdue!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined. When the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Hunter. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Hicks. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. The give out of the gun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Golden Flashes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
And the Golden Flashes have their offense in high gear. They're going to run it. Touchdown, Kent State. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. See what you hit what you see, bring your feet. Yeah, none of that happened.
Yeah, those are all great things to keep in mind, but you're also trying to tackle another grown man against his will and get him on the ground. And by the way, he wasn't having it.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point is good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. FIU is trailing right now, and I know it may look bleak, but this team needs to regroup, remind itself it's at home, and remember just how quickly things can change. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Florida Atlantic. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the Boilermakers moving quickly to the line.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
He's out past the 35. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the 1st down, and they like to do this. When they make a 1st down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down. Used the play fake, now to throw. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
The Boilermakers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Fires to the big fella. At the 40, there he goes. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Off play action. They're working that left side. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1.
At the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, Purdue.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Boilermaker! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up for the touchdown.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. Fires to the tight end. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. The Golden Flashes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one. A third down try for the offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Duke. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. And the Golden Flashes are flying down the field. To the air on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Backed up now, here's second and long. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The Golden Flashes will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. Got a man, it's Branch. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Caught in the backfield, it's Harris. Gets it across the 25. He'll step out at the 26 as this offense tries to grind out some yardage. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. Handoff from the gun. Got a little space. Got enough for the first. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. The Boilermakers racing to the line in a hurry-up. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Looking to throw on first down. grabbed behind the line. It's Hicks. The defense wouldn't let him lose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Working the big fella to the corner. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they'll decline the pass interference penalty, and the results of the play will stand. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Duke. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On the move, it's Hicks. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. And the Golden Flashes line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. 2nd and goal for the offense. Wants to go up top. Wide out trying to get it in. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Oh, and the attempt is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
And these are the ones that make me want to remove kickers from a game. I mean, this is a chip shot field goal. It should be an automatic 3. He misses. Wasted drive, wasted opportunity.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. The Boilermakers headed quickly to the line. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone. Make them execute and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football.
And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Bounced right back to them. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. There he goes. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver that can do that. That can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Boilermakers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Grab near the marker. It's Branch. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Gets it out quickly. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Caught behind the line. It's Harris. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's Braswell. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Here's a heat. Couldn't find anywhere to throw the football, just got rid of it, and that's the #1 thing. Avoid disaster here. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Splits the uprights. Good. And now the lead is even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Hold it, finds his man on the left. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Oh, and he got 12 as he just got rid of the football. The Golden Flashes will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Leaves it with the back. He breaks a tackle. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Firing to the right, complete. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to throw, time running short in the half. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Jumped on top of the pile. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Just drives it between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. FIU has dug itself a hole today, and I don't think they're climbing out of that puppy. Huge interest in this game, and they have rolled over. They're trailing by 25 to Florida Atlantic. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And a decent game there before the defense makes the stop. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. And the Golden Flashes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. He'll field the punt and look for room. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in West Lafayette today, and welcome into the halftime update. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ross-Ade Stadium.
The Golden Flashes will kick it away to crank up the second half. The returner will field it and bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Running to Green. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Boilermakers come to the line in the hurry-up.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Lost one deep down the right side. And is picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
Man, this is how we do it. Defensively, you go into halftime, you make adjustments. You talk about, we've seen them do this, we've seen them do that. Let's get ready for it. Let's have a plan. Plan executed. You could tell they knew what was coming, did a great job defensively, forced an interception right out the gates to start the second half.
Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after...
Turning it on! Got enough for the first. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. And the Golden Flashes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Off the play fake on first down to throw. That's caught. It's Duke. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. And now on second down for this offense. Looking for space, it's Hicks. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Golden Flashes are rolling down the field. The pull and throw off the RPO. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles into the ground. And the Golden Flashes come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On third and short, the run and looking for the first down. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's first down. The Golden Flashes come to the line with a new set of downs. The short hands, it's Stevens. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Second down coming up. He'll keep it himself. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And the Golden Flashes are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. He'll do it himself. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be first and goal from the 7. The Golden Flashes had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Back to pass on second down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Flying down the right side. The 40, the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Purdue! The defense putting points on the board. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
You know, they say sometimes you got to be at the right place at the right time, and that linebacker was. When that ball came free, he saw it immediately, was able to scoop it, show you the speed. He takes it back for a long touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, one with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Second down, they'll go to the air. That's caught. It's Hunter. Breaks into the open. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
First down for the offense.
Out of the gun, the inside give. He's going to lose a yard on that one. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The RPO, fire complete to the left. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Ball is loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Their defense came up with a big stop now to see if they can turn it into points. Looking for room. It's Braswell. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Offside. Defense.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
To the ground with the back. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. The Boilermakers can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They'll send the tight end in motion. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. And we'll start the 4th quarter by trying to boot a 3 through there. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. And to open the 4th quarter, they'll start with a field goal attempt. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a top 5 battle with enormous ramifications all across football. Here's the latest. Ohio State is currently trailing, but If this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners like Eddie George and Archie Griffin in the pantheon of greats in Columbus. It's still a one-score game. They're trailing by 8 to Alabama. We'll circle back if anything big happens in a 1 versus 2 matchup you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, they're after him. He'll pull it down. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. Motion from the wide receiver. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Encroachment defense.
Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. To the air on first down. Pocket breaking down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Makes the grab. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Golden Flashes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Golden Flashes. Excellent pass by the back on the option. A long run from the running back, not exactly setting any land speed records, but he got the job done.
It was a long run that took a long time because he's not the fastest guy in the world. But it doesn't matter, right? Get that nose for the end zone, get in the goal line. That's all that matters. That's all we're keeping score. That 6 counts for just as much as all those fast guys. They get there in a hurry.
Snagged in the middle. It's Duke. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. And he'll bring it back. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Boilermakers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll run play action. Fires to the right. That's reeled in. It's Harris. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot spotted at the 37.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Caught over the middle. It's Branch. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Trying to make magic. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. The Boilermakers want to crank the tempo.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for the season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack for just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
Running into the open space. And he made the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. So here comes the field goal unit once again. They've already kicked 3 tonight. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab. It's Hicks. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Quick completion on the out route. Moves up to the 34-yard line. Give him a 10-yard pickup. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Here comes the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hunter.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Got his man quickly. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to throw again. Takes a hit as he fires. He's open on the right. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Golden Flashes will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Snagged out of the air. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Golden Flashes want to pick up the tempo. Now from inside the red zone. Here's the pressure. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on 1st down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a 2nd down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
Wants to fire on second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Kent State. That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something you're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
On to attempt the try.
They're on for the extra point.
Bangs it through for an extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. UConn is getting dominated today, and you know, the folks in stores deserve better than this. No excuse ever for this kind of a floater. They're trailing.
Turning it on! They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. They want to run this quarterback.
And nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They want that clock to run. This time, they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Rides to back and leaves it. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook. The old kneel down from victory formation. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And in this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes around.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence, and it's really important for these players to go out, work hard in practice, and see that hard work really pay itself off on game day. This is a team that's really starting to believe in itself.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.